Welcome to this quickie yoga stretch with me. My name's Helen if it's your first time here, and today we're going to be taking it really slow. We're going to stay very close to the floor, working to our shoulders, big into the hips. So if you are dealing with any injuries or tightness at the moment, just work within your limits and really listen to your body. I also encourage you to have some props to hand or pillows, particularly for the hip stretches where you might want a little bit of support and comfort. Otherwise, we're going to start lying on our back today. So come on down. And however you want to lie is totally up to you. So if you want to have the feet flat, you can have the legs out straight, soles of the feet together, all of the options. Now maybe invite you to interlace your fingers, bring them to the back of your head and just let your elbows drop out to the side, just like you're kind of lying back on a beach somewhere. And then rest your eyes onto something on the ceiling or close them. Smooth breath in through the nose. Long breath out through the mouth. Taking this opportunity to land and arrive on this mat today and into this body. So before we get moving, just take a moment to notice how you feel physically at the moment. Energy levels, tightness. Maybe we're feeling quite energetic. And then noticing where the mind is at. So if we are struggling to focus, that's okay. That's totally normal. But see if you can rest your focus onto your breathing. Breathing and sensations of the body just for this next little portion of your day. The rest of the world can wait. Wonderful. So when you're ready, you're going to bring the knees into the chest, and then you're going to place one hand onto each knee, and we're going to circle the knees in an outward direction. So see if you can relax deep into the hip. So it's like the arms are doing the work here. Nice. You can even keep your eyes closed and just really notice what's happening there. So that femur, that thigh bone circling deep within the pelvis. Lovely. Notice how that feels on your lower back as well. Maybe kidney area, gives it a little massage. Good. And then circling the opposite way. Maybe the circles start to get bigger, maybe they don't. You might notice that your left hip is different from your right, like different shapes or kind of different resistance. See if you can really relax your feet as well. Awesome. Very nice. Good. And then hugging the knees in towards the heart. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Perfect. Gently rocking up and down the length of the spine, forwards and back a few times. Just take a moment, a little refresh of the spine. Chin tucked to the chest. And then on your next time, propel yourself all the way forwards and come find an all fours position with me. So hands right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Be quite particular about your setup. Spread your fingers nice and wide and then just start to move in a way that feels right. So maybe it's the kind of more traditional cat-cow motion of the spine. Or maybe you want to make some circles here, maybe something entirely different. Maybe it's all about the neck for you today and you want to take a few neck rolls. Circle out the tailbone. There's so much you can do with your hands and knees in this shape. So see if you can just start to explore free movement. Let go of what it looks like or any end goal. And just take the time today to really feel your body, feel your feelings. Is your body trying to communicate anything to you? Wonderful. Very nice. Perfect. From here, spread your fingers nice and wide. Come to a neutral place. Push the floor away. Tuck the toes. We're going to lift up into our first downward facing dog. So sending those sit bones back and up. Maybe the knees stay a little bent here. as we just take a little pedal out through the feet. So dropping one heel at a time, just assessing the situation with the back of the legs today. Keep grounding down through all 10 knuckles. Really look after your wrists here. Very nice. Good. And then find a few moments of stillness in your down dog. So your feet are hip width apart, big toes ever so slightly just nudged inwards so you can't see your heels. And then see if you can find more lift through your tailbone, whether your knees are bent or not. See if we can lift that tailbone higher and let the head be really heavy. Wonderful. As you inhale, you're going to roll it forwards to a high plank position. As you exhale, bend the knees, hover them off the mat, send the sit bones back and up. So we're like making a circle with our pelvis here, like a wave-like motion. So let's take a few more of those. Inhale, round the back, come forwards to a high plank, suck up the tummy. Exhale, bend the knees, hover them off the mat as you send the sitting bones sky high. 2 more. Inhale, come on forwards. Exhale, bend the knees, send those sitting bones back and up. 1 more. Inhale with your breath. Exhale, bending the knees, sending those sitting bones sky high. Maybe your heels press down a little lower. Perfect. As you inhale, you're going to come forwards to a high plank. And as you exhale, you're going to lower down to the tummy. So feel free to use the knees, give yourself a break, and come on down. Awesome. You're going to take your left hand out to the left. So the hand is in line with the shoulder. Bend your right knee. So your right knee is bent. And then your your right foot is going to come all the way over. And you're going to lean into that left hand side. Now, if your foot is like kind of dangling in the air, it's not going to feel so comfortable. So you can always place it on the front if you prefer, or you get more sensation if you bring it behind. But just make sure that foot is flat on the floor, or at least like the toes are on the floor so you feel a bit supported. Now, this is a big shoulder opener for the front of this shoulder. So you'll probably feel it here. Relax your head as well. Make sure your head's nice and relaxed. You can even use your hand as a pillow or an actual pillow. And we're getting a little bit of a twist through our middle spine as well. Lovely. But see if you can let gravity do the most part here. Lovely. Nice big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly come back to your tummy. And let's do the opposite side. So the right hand comes out to the right, bending your left knee. Your left foot is going to lean over and find the floor behind. Make sure your head is supported either by the floor or a block or a pillow. And then see if you can relax into it. Now, if there's any pain or if it feels like it's too much, just come more onto your tummy so you gauge it. And with this one, it will be really apparent which side is tighter than the other. So don't worry if you can't go as far on one side than the other. That's totally normal. It's usually an indicator of whether you're left or right-handed. Let's take one more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly come back to the tummy. Lovely. Hands underneath the shoulders here. Perfect. You're going to bring your elbows where your hands are now. So we're coming into this Sphinx position, so this back bend position. Now, if this gets too much at any point, you can always bring your head down and take the back bend out of it. Otherwise, you're going to bend your right knee. You're going to grab your right foot and then pull the heel in towards your glute. So for a quad stretch. Now you can be up here, and this is quite an intense back bend, like already I'm feeling it. So feel free to come down with the head and just focus on the stretch here like so. But you decide, and we want to feel it in the front of that right thigh. So that's our quad muscles, four big muscles on the front of the thigh. You might feel it in the top of the foot as well if you're kind of using your toes like me. Lovely. One more big breath. And as you exhale, release. Let's do the opposite side. So bending that left knee, grab for the foot, the ankle, toes, and then decide if you want to come down on this side. So just like with any of our poses, you might feel like your left and right side need different treatments. And it's just like getting to know that as well, and knowing that that's okay. Like, you don't need to force your body into the same thing on each side, because they're completely different anatomically, like how you use them in your day-to-day life. So yeah, just be like listening in for any changes that you might need to make. Lovely. Let's take one more breath. And as you exhale, release. Awesome. Let's bring the hands underneath our shoulders, big toes together. Push it back to child's pose. So if you were in the back bend, this should feel really nice. So big toes touch, forehead to the mat, sit bones to the heels. Nice big deep breaths into the tummy. Feel that nice lengthening of the lower back here. Wonderful. As you inhale, come forwards to all fours. We're going to come into pigeon here. So we're going to bring the right knee to the right wrist and then nudge that foot over to the left. Good. Walk your back foot back. At this point, we might want a pillow or a block or something underneath this bum cheek. So just decide if you want that. Otherwise, take a nice big breath in, lift the chest if the lower back allows. And as you exhale, untuck that back toe and come on down. So maybe some of us want to rest onto our forearms. You might want to bring the head all the way down. My tip here would be to relax your head onto something. So even if you're up on your forearms, maybe grab a block or like chunky pillow or a bolster that you can rest your head on. Because when your head's supported, I find the rest of the body can just like kind of follow suit with it and relax. So see if you can allow your head to be heavy, the hips to be heavy, and then the rest of the body will hopefully follow suit. So we're really getting into that right glute outer hip here. Wonderful. Nice big breath in. Long breath out. Nice. Stay with the body. So if your mind starts to kind of take a walk at this point, bring it back. Close your eyes. Focus on sensation. Focus on breathing. Nice. One more big breath in. Long breath out. Good. Slowly walk your hands back towards you. We're going to come into a shoelace pose from here. So you're going to come down and sit onto your right bum cheek. So if you've got props there, just pop them out of the way. Come down, sit onto your right bum cheek. You're going to swing your left leg all the way around and then all the way around and on top of the other one. So I'll demonstrate like so. So we want our knees stacked on top of one another with this left leg on top. And then your feet are as close to your hips as you can. So it's called shoelace because it's like almost like tying a shoelace. So if you need to grab blocks, maybe you can sit on something. If this is a big struggle, you can always straighten out the bottom leg. That's also an option. So just take a moment, make sure your sitting bones are grounded. Take a breath in to sit tall. And then as you exhale, just begin to lean forwards into it. So your tummy maybe relaxes onto your thighs. Hands can be wherever you like. And we're stretching through our outer hip here. And if you've got the bottom leg straight, you're really going to be getting into your hamstring quite a lot as well. And see if you can just relax into it. So it might feel like quite an intense pose for a lot of people. Just check in that the fingers, the jaw aren't kind of reacting. Lovely. Even soften your tummy here. Slow down your breathing. Nice. One more big breath in. Sigh out. Good. Inhale, slowly come on up. Bring your hands behind and just give your legs an unwind and maybe a little bit of a shake out if they need. Perfect. Nice. Rolling over the feet. Let's come back to all fours and do the same on the opposite side. So this time, left knee to left wrist. Foot comes over to the right. Walking the back foot back, however much feels right for you today. Prop up, grab your stuff, whatever you need. Nice big breath. And then when you're ready, come on down. So untuck that back toe, really relax that back leg and come on down. Find support Take your time to come down. There is absolutely no rush to get into it. There's no prizes. So see if you can just allow yourself to kind of lean into that sensation. So deep into that left hip. Whilst also being mindful that there's no alarm bells going off in this left knee. If there is, definitely prop up with something underneath that left bum cheek. And then settle in, and it might take you a few breaths, a few longer exhales to really release through any tension that might have gathered there. Maybe noticing if your breathing has changed at all. And can we keep it very mindful still? Even. Wonderful. One more breath on this side. Maybe there's a sigh of something out. Good. And then slowly walking your hands back towards you. You're going to come down and sit onto your left bum cheek this time. Swing your back leg all the way around, up and over. So our knees are stacked. I'll just face you so you can see it a little bit better. So knees are stacked. And then feet as close to the hips as you can. You want to be on like the outer edge of the feet. Make sure you're on both sitting bones. So if you're kind of like locked to one side, definitely pop a pillow underneath you. Sit tall, breathe in. And then as you exhale, begin to lean forwards. And you might find like it's just a really subtle, like half an inch or something, and you start to get that sensation. If you straightened up the bottom leg on the other side, make sure you do it on this side, just so you've got like similar poses on each. Nice. Relax the face, relax the tummy, and follow that sensation. Follow where it travels, where it goes, how it changes. See if you can get really curious about it. So I'll do some longer videos on poses like this, these yin style postures, and we'll spend a lot more time in them so we can really like begin to explore them. So if you'd like to see more yin classes on this channel, please let me know in the comments below and I shall get those filmed for you. Nice, let's take one more breath on this side. And a releasing sigh. Ooh. Good. Slowly, slowly coming on up. Exit in whatever way suits you. So if you need to like manually move your leg, go for it. If you can just unravel and just do whatever feels right here. So maybe it's a little swing from side to side. Maybe it's a little knock of your knees. You might even feel like straightening your legs out, giving them a shake. Nice. So we've got one more pose here. It's called frog pose. It's a huge opener for our groin, and I encourage you to grab pillows. In fact, I wish I had some to hand right now for your knees. So we'll go through the setup. It's quite not a long setup, but it will be worth it so you can definitely find the stretch. So you might want to double up your mat at this point because it's going to be a lot for your knees. Come to kneeling, actually come to all fours, and then we're going to walk our knees as wide as they go. So as wide as you can get those knees. Now, this is called frog stretch because your legs are going to look like little frog's legs. So your hip is in line with your knee. So there's a straight line from knee to knee. And then the knee is in line with the ankle here. So it's like a 90-degree with your leg. Think of like a little frog. So the inner, kind of the instep of your foot is on the floor. Nice. So at this point, you might be able to get really low. Great. Crack on. Bring your body down so you can get your tummy to the floor. Otherwise, you may be like this. And this isn't, it might be to do with bone structure. It might not necessarily be through tightness. So just be mindful that we're not kind of forcing bones into one another. And then just have a bit of an explore here. So you might want to stay up on your hands. You might have the urge to come to your forearms at this point. Now, you can move your bum forwards and back and see how that feels. So often, if you push your bum back For me, I get more intensity. For you, you might not. So you might need to just have a little explore, moving forward and back. And then find that sensation. It's like a pinpoint sensation that's tight and uncomfortable, but not painful. And then you're going to relax into it. So yeah, as I say, you would probably put pillows under each knee. That would probably give you a little bit more comfort. And you can relax into it. So your hips are getting heavier, that inner thigh, groin area is getting a stretch. And you might find at a point in this pose, you start to lose sensation, or you start to be like, oh, this is kind of easy. At that point, you can walk your knees wider, or again, move your bum forwards and back and just re-find that sensation. What happens if you like move into it, or even look for it rather than move away from it? So see if you can keep your upper body nice and relaxed, your hands relaxed, your face. Nice, maybe even close off the eyes. And take a moment to how your body reacts. Are there areas of the body that may be trying to tense up, trying to panic? And see if you can tell those areas with your breath that it's okay. Nice slow breaths. Tell your nervous system that it is okay. Wonderful. One more big breath here. Nice big sigh. Good. And then slowly coming back up onto your hands. You want to move out of this pose really slow. Nice. And then I find it easier to bring your feet together first and then begin to walk the knees in. Nice and slowly. Great. When you get there, come to a kneeling position. Rest your hands onto your thighs. Close off your eyes. Sit tall. Tailbone lengthening towards the earth. Crown of the head reaching up towards the sun. Big breath in. Long sigh out. How do you feel now? And when you're ready, blinking the eyes open. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. I really hope you enjoyed some of those poses. Do let me know if you want to see any more yin sequences. We'll make them a bit longer and a little bit more explanation to them. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.